Well, here we are, day 25, and I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis of how amazingly magical and breathtaking my day was. Started off with being unsure as to whether or not I wanted to stay at this campground again, and it was more based on the fact that one, it was cold. I don't want to be cold. I don't. That's the reality. But if I am going to be cold, then I would like to be in a place that I really, really like. Well, yesterday when I arrived here, I drove straight down to the beach to camp. Well, I passed right by some of these units here. Oh, did I also forget to mention, I don't want to be stuck in the car if it's raining. I'd rather have the option of sitting outside but somewhere dry. Well, it ends up that they had some sites that have you have your own private building, for lack of better words. You get 3 walls and a roof on it, and it's a good size. It's got a picnic table in it and still tons of room. So it was only $2 more, so I decided to go for it, and that made the world of difference. I sat there today and I did my work, sat at the picnic table overlooking this beautiful lake, and it was perfect. It blocked any wind there was, so I was much warmer than I would have been had I been sitting out in the elements. I went for a nice walk on the beach, and my intuition found me a mechanic that quickly diagnosed that my battery indeed in my car needed to be replaced, considering in the last couple of weeks I have drained it twice. Oops. So I had my battery replaced, and that story in itself is pretty cool. I went out this morning, when I tried to start my car this morning, her name is Angel, by the way. When I went to start Angel this morning, she just seemed to not quite want to turn over. And at first I was thinking, okay, well, maybe, just maybe it's because it's cold. She's a Florida girl. She's not used to these temperatures. So I was driving into town because I decided that I wanted to have a cup of coffee this morning and pick up some more firewood because I decided that I did want to stay here for another night. I love this spot. So I sit down in the restaurant to have my coffee, and I hear one of the other waitresses talking to one of her customers, and lo and behold, she's talking about the mechanic in the area and how great he is and how they've been using him. Her father's been using him, her brother uses him, etc., etc. So it sounds like a good guy. So I called her over to my table and asked her for the information. She sent me over and they helped me out. It was really pretty amazing. So that was one of those instant manifestations. I asked and I was given. I didn't even have to ask anybody out loud. I just heard her talking about it when I had just about 10 minutes prior thought that I need to find myself a mechanic in the area. So anyways, I spent the day working, and then for dinner I got the fire going and heated up. I put in a piece of tin foil. I put in a potato that I had boiled a couple of days ago, and then I put some jalapeno cheddar cheese in there with some chicken that I'd cooked a day or two ago, and then throw that in the tin foil, threw that on the fire, and it was a delicious dinner. So I've been enjoying my tea, and I'm going to sit here for a couple of hours and enjoy this fire because it feels so good. Love, light, and manifestations. That's what I'm all about. Good night.